Hello there, this is CANAAN Kenan from Kenan Plays, and today we're going to play part 18 of No One, Absolutely No One But You. And me, and your friend, maybe your cousin, and your mother. Alright, part 18. Upon arriving at school, I once again began my search for Yui. Just like the day before, I only had one thought on my mind, and thus headed to class without delay. Today, however, my obsession paid off. Yui's back. At last, sitting at her desk was Yui quietly reading a book. Weird Rio's here, yet he isn't spoiling her peace. Lucky for me, that should make it easier to talk to her. Counting my blessing, I walked up to Yui. Hey there, Yui. Oh, good morning, Hedy. How are you feeling? Good. As expected of Yui, she seemed contented to the end of the conversation, as few words as possible. However, unlike previous days, this time Yui had a question of her own. How's is Marcy doing? She's fine, she keeps running around the house. That's nice. Yui went back to reading her book. Well, I'll let you get back to reading then. Yui isn't that concerned about Marcy. I thought she would at least come to visit Marcy, After school ended for the day, I stayed in the classroom for a while, aimlessly staring at the board. I had no reason to stay behind, I simply don't feel like moving. Well, it happens to us all the time. Even so, I can't stay around here all day. With as much lethargy as I show when waking up in the morning, I arose from my seat and headed to my locker. There's definitely another note on the locker. Walking down the empty hallway, I soon reached my locker. As I approached it, however, a foul stench reached my nostril. Sure enough, as soon as I opened my locker, garbage fell out of it. What the hell? Inside my locker, once again, I found a note. I read, "Are you enjoying this, little boy? The fun will continue. You're officially my new toy." What the heck is this crap? It must have been those seniors from yesterday. How childish. I cleaned my locker and threw the garbage away. What idiots. Like I have time for this. Well, if it's me, I'll definitely find those two seniors and I'll do much more to them than they did to me. Despite my efforts to forget about the day before, the moment I arrived at school, I was greeted with confrontation. Before I so much as entered the school building, the same two seniors were waiting for me. They stared at me, watching as I walked by like vultures waiting for their prey to die. Already, I did my best to ignore them and walk inside. Matching the scene from the day before, I opened my locker, only to find a pile of garbage waiting for me. You gotta be kidding me. Inside was another note, this time reading, I can see the anger in your veins. Why don't you go hide and cry again? Seriously, that sentence barely makes sense. Do they actually think that poor attempt at rhythming is clever? I closed my eyes for a second and took a deep breath. No, I'm not gonna react. That's what exactly they want me to do. I cleaned my locker and went to class. Well, if it's me, and I see those two girls over there. Hedy, you're just being too nice. You know what? In fact, I think you're being a little bit scared, right? As I walked into class, the scene before me was as much the same as the day before. Yui was reading quietly alone, and Rio sat at his desk, not saying a word. Weird, it's a normal for Yui to ignore everyone, but since when does Rio know how much to control himself? Maybe Rio, he likes Yui too, and is thinking maybe Yui and Hedy is together. Unable to bring myself to disturb the silence, I sat down at my desk and waited for class to begin. I'm pretty sure Yui noticed Hedy coming in too. That day at school, I realized things had changed. I didn't speak to a single one of my friends, and entirely I felt like crap. And that moment with Yui and the two kittens, ever since then, I felt different. I know I shouldn't think too much about. I know I shouldn't think about it so much, but every time Yui face come to mind, I can't help but worry. She's a strong girl, I know that, and yet you forgot about Mac, Shiro, and your ghostly China. Or maybe it's me. I keep clicking on Yui, and Yui. But I didn't, right? I went with Shiro on one of the nights, right? So I'm not sure. As another school day reaches its conclusion, I once again found myself isolated. Neither Yui or Ryo had spoken to me at all, and I hadn't seen Shiro or Mac for days. It seems like the only ones paying attention to me were the girls harassing me. Well, if they are pretty, I don't mind. I approached my locker already knowing what awaited me. The smell of garbage once again reached my nostril long before the sight of it did. And of course, what awaited me amidst the garbage was another note. I read, "Hey look, we added a fork. Why don't you use it to eat that rotten pork?" I flipped the paper over, and other side of the note said, "Come to class 302 after school for some fun." I would. A direct confrontation, huh? Fine by me, I had enough of this crap. I slammed my locker and started climbing up the stairs. Yui? Well, why is Yui there? The moment I walked to class, I saw the two girls before... Wait, didn't Yui just appear? Let's just continue. The moment I walked into the classroom, I saw the two girls before waiting for me. Girl 1, would you look at that? The little boy actually showed up. What a brave guy. Are you too seriously childish? I can't believe you're older than me. Is this how a senior students behave? How about you grow up? We are not kids anymore. And what if we want to have more fun with you? The girls started walking my direction. One of them spilled soda on my shirt. Hey, how does it feel, huh? An eye for an eye? Fine, I'll take it. Now we're even. Can you stop with this stupidity already? I don't know. I like you. From now on, you'll be our toy, and we can do anything we want with you. Oh, that sounds like fun. Oh, what's this? You don't like that idea? Well, what are you gonna do about it? Huh? Are you really gonna hit a girl? Or are you going to snitch the teacher like a little baby? Hey, hand me your soda too. I'll pour this on his head, or even better, down his pants. Hey, these senior girls are a little bit perverted, right? Oh, you're so mean, haha. As the second girl relinquished her soda, I heard the classroom door slide open. Well, Yui is here to save the day. What are you doing here? And who might this be? Your guardian angel? Oh, you better watch out. She's gonna burn you with the fiery hair of hers. Oh, you're right. I guess I better put it out before someone gets hurt. The girl walked over to Yui, intending on pouring her drink over Yui's head. But the moment the girl approached her, Yui slapped the drink from her hand, even using enough force to cause the projectile to leave a dent in the wall. Wow, a dent in the wall? There's a lot, right? A dent in the concrete wall? What the hell? Who do you think you are? Shut up, bitch. Alright, I added the bitch myself. What was that? I said shut up, bitch. Yui's scream echoed around the room, leaving obvious surprise on the face of the two girls. I've been observing you two since this semester started and have seen what you've done to the students here. Listen to me and listen well. If I ever see you doing any of this shit again, be it to Hedy or any students in this school, then the second you're alone, I will murder you. I will murder you. Not only will I murder you, I'll rip your hair apart, and maybe I'll give you names besides girl 1 and 2. Yui spoke with a deadly serious tone, perfectly matched by the look of her malice on her face. Are you threatening us? That is no threat. That is a warning. I'll make you suffer, and when I'm done with you, no one will find your bodies. So if you dare pull this kind of shit again, the second you do, it will already be too late for the two of you. Do you hear me? As she shouted, Yui slammed her fist on the desk beside her so hard that the wood cracked. Wow, first she can make a dent, second she can crack the wood just by slamming her fist. I think it's possible, but it's quite painful, right? The girls stood there in shock, with fear visible in their eyes. Do we have an understanding? You girl 1, girl 2? Or bitch 1, bitch 2? Yes, I can't hear you! Give me 10 push-up, 20 push-up, and 10 star jumps. We understand. Then get out of my face. The girls took their thing and ran out of class, out of the room, bouldering in tears. Whoa, what a hero! The two girls are gone now. Yui walked over to the wall and sat beside it. This room, alive with threats moment ago and harassment before that, fell into silence. Yui has scared those two girls to death, and honestly, I feel much the same. Before once I had a moment to calm down, I was able to master my strength and break the silence. That was really something, my savior. You didn't actually mean what you said, did you? Heidi, you shouldn't let people push you around like that. What else was I supposed to do? Well, seems like, you know what, Heidi, you were wrong. Yui is never the bully. You are the bully to say that Yui is the bully, and in fact, Yui is the hero that saved you from the actual bullies. I don't know, but you need to do something. I agree with her. Maybe so, but I think you went a little over the top. No, she did not. She did not do that. In fact, you know what, Heidi, you did not do anything at all. You're just too nice. That actually drove a chill down my spine. Don't worry, I'm not a psychopath or anything. I just can't tolerate this type of behavior. It really annoys me. Yui wore an irritated expression on her face as she spoke. When I attended school in Germany, I didn't get along with the other students. The first 3 years went by fine. I was simply known as a loner. I never really talked to anyone. I just stayed by myself all the time. But after a while, I noticed the girls in the class didn't like me. It couldn't be helped since I was always the top of the class and the boys always asked me out frequently. Of course, I was never interested in such thing, so I always refused. But for some reason, it pissed off the other girls. That was when the bullying started. Yui's irritation turned to sadness as she continued speaking. Well, I didn't expect Yui to be bullied in the sense, right? She wore a frown, and I could clearly see the hurt in her eyes as she spoke. I tried to do the right thing. I tried to talk it out, but nobody would listen. Telling the teachers would just make things worse, and my parents were too busy with work to care about my problems. So instead, I stayed quiet and kept everything bottled up inside. But the more I ignored them, the harsher the bullying became. They did horrible things. They put garbage on my desk, filled my food with living worms, and the things grew even worse when I reached 8th grade. There was this one girl who simply despised me. Apparently, the guy she liked had no interest in her and asked me out instead. Naturally, I rejected him, but from that moment, she was determined to make my school life a living hell. I would find a locker cracked open, my books and gym clothes stolen. They'd either be hidden or thrown into the rain. Then she started spreading rumors about me, lying about me sleeping with older students from our school, and of course, without any proof, everyone believed her. They thought it was funny, it amused them. It became like a game for them to see how far they could go in order to get a reaction out of me. But even with all that, I just simply shut my mouth and held it in. I told myself that it would eventually end. Well, seems like Yui is someone who has experienced and actually taught Heidi how to deal with bullies. But I was wrong. I gulped as Yui spoke, almost afraid to continue listening. After graduation ceremony, my final day at that hellish school, I walked outside and found a cat dead, hanging by its neck, and a small small tree next to the building. I was shocked. I stood there looking at the horrible scene. I knew those girls were mean, but I never thought they could be that heartless. Killing an innocent animal like that, killing the only friend I had. I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't stand another minute in that hell. I told my parents I wanted to go back to Japan, back to my hometown, and they gladly accepted, sent me away without a second thought. I continued to listen, suddenly unable to interject even if I wanted to. Hearing about the past and how extreme the bullying she endured was, I realized just how good my life had been. When I came here, I wanted to change my behavior. I didn't want to be a pushover again, to become everyone's punching bag. Whoa, so she didn't fight back in Germany? I expected she would though, coming with such a temper. But look at me now. I just became like them. I became a bully. Yui, don't say that. You're not a bully, Yui. You're one of the most decent people I know. But you said she was a bully, right? I still don't understand why you came to Japan though. I mean, you could have just moved to another school in Germany, right? Why come back here? Yui stood up and walked towards me. I came. Come on, stand up. She grabbed my hand and pulled me up. Let's go. Where are we going? Just come with me. Okay. Let's just go with Yui. After leaving school, Yui led me through town, going down a road I never ventured before in my life. The gravel turned to dirt as the buildings turned buildings to tree, and before long we have arrived in the forest. Wow, what's this place? Here we are. When Yui finally stopped, we are in front of a pond far away from the city. Wow, I've never been here before. This place is beautiful, just as you are, Yui. Isn't it? Yui sat down and I immediately did the same. We sat together side by side looking at the pond. After sitting in silence for a while, Yui eventually spoke up. This place is really special to me. How so? I've never told this to anyone before, but up until I was 7, I used to live in this town. Even when I live here, I didn't really have any friends, but I still like this town. The people here were always nice and it was so peaceful. I used to come by this pond all the time and play all day long. I don't know why, but I really love this place. I would just sit and watch the frogs hopping around and the lotus floating in the water. Frogs hopping around, frogs hopping around. I wouldn't like that though. So when my parents decided to move to Germany, I was devastated. I didn't want to go, I didn't want to leave this place. So the night before we were supposed to leave, I ran out of the house and came to this spot, wanting nothing more than to be alone. I sat next to the pond all by myself and brought my eyes out. And what happened? Oh, she cried. Snoop, Snoop. Oh, this is a little Yui. Boy, why are you crying? Huh? Who are you? I was walking home when I saw you running here. I thought you were in trouble or something. What's wrong? Did someone upset you? It's nothing. Don't say that. You can't be crying over nothing. Yui, my parents? They want to leave this town tomorrow, but I don't want to. I see. I will be pretty upset if my parents decide to leave this place too. Yeah. I know it's upsetting, but you shouldn't cry. Trying out new things, going to new places, it might be fun. Even if things don't go well, you can still make the most of it. And when you grow up, you can always come back here. Or at least, I think that's how becoming an adult works. Whoa, she stopped crying. She like, poof. Hey, don't laugh at me, I'm trying to help you. I'm pretty sure the boy is Heidi. Sorry, you're just really funny. I'm a superstar comedian. Haha, no you're not. Well, I got you to laugh, didn't I? You know what? You look familiar. Really? I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before. Oh right, I've seen it at the arcade sometimes. You go there too? Of course, I love that place. Me too. Did you try out the new indoor fighter too? Oh, so the game I was saying in the previous part was Indoor Fighter, not Street Fighter. Yeah, but I suck at it. This kid, Yui, keeps getting all the high score. Psst. Ha! So I think she's the one that gets all the high score. What are you laughing at now? That's actually me. No way, you're the famous Yui? Yeah, that's my name. But you're a girl. What? You think girls can't be good at games? It's not that. I just think girls were interested. I just didn't think girls were interested in games. Well, I'm a girl, and I have all the high scores there, so I guess you're right. I wish I didn't have to leave tomorrow. We could have gone there together. Yeah, that would have been fun. That reminds me, I went there earlier today. I won this at the claw machine thingy, and I want you to have it. Hey, what's that? The boy handed over a lotus scrutchy. Is it a scrutchy? I think it's a plushie or something like that, right? I can't really use this myself, so it's pretty. Can I really have this? Of course, I think it's a sign of our friendship. Friendship? Sure, we are friends now, aren't we? Yeah. Let this be a proof of our promise. One day we'll meet again and go to arcade together. Well, they already did. I'd love to. Shoot. I'll be heading home now. It's really nice to meet you, Yui. The boy stood up. Wherever you end up, I hope you have fun. Thank you. The boy walked away as he waved goodbye. And that's the last time I saw him. I didn't ask for his name. Is that why you came back to this town to find him? That was one of the reasons. I know it was silly of me to think I'll see him after all this time. He probably doesn't live here anymore, and if he does, I doubt he'll remember who I am. Don't say that. You never know what could happen. Yeah, that's true. Maybe Heidi would remember the past and remember actually you are the girl. Besides, I'm your friend too, aren't I? Yui looked surprised as I said that. She turned to face me for a moment, then looked back at the pond. Did you enjoy the time we spent at the arcade together? As I tried to convey my feelings to Yui, I began to wonder what I really wanted to say. When I'm with Yui, I have this weird feeling inside me unlike anything I felt before. Is Yui really just my friend? Is that why I always insist on talking to her, despite her standoffish nature? No, that can't be. It has to be more than that. Yui, since the day I met you, I always thought there was something different about you. I felt I had to talk to you, and I'm glad I did. Yui, listen, Heidi, don't. You're a really nice guy, but it'd be better off for us to stop right there. Why do you say that, Yui? Every time I get close to someone, I end up hurting them. There's a reason why I always push people away, you know. It'd be better for both of us. You know, that's not true. Heidi, I'm sure you notice that things are not like they used to be. You have changed a lot over this past year, and I know it's because of me. You always seem stressed, puzzled, as if you're lost. When was the last time you actually hung out with your friends? Mac, Shiro, it seems like you've drifted apart from them. And of course, let's not forget about Ryo. You're his best friend, but now the two of you barely talk. And when you do, it's just for a few minutes. Listen, that has nothing to do with you. You know it's true, Heidi. I don't want you to be alone. I don't want you to be like this because of me. You know what? I'm pretty sure Heidi would do anything for you, Yui. I'm sorry I've let you on for this long. I guess I was just being selfish. Yui stood up. Hey, please, Heidi, don't follow me. No, follow her. Yui walked as I sat there. Yui. Although I desperately wanted to follow her, I couldn't bring myself to do it. No, you really should do it. This is the exact time where you should follow her. At the start, when you called her a bully, you didn't follow her. Now you should follow her again, and you didn't follow her. You know what, Heidi? You are breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. After hearing how sincere she was, I couldn't go against her wishes. No, you should, because Her understanding is wrong. She thinks that she's the one causing you problem. But you know what? You should explain to her that she's not the one, you know? And maybe she'll feel better. You shouldn't make her feel so sad all the time. I barely talk to Mac and Rio, and I haven't seen Shiro in a long time. It's the same with China. I haven't been seeing her in school or by the bridge. Maybe I've been neglecting myself and my friends recently. I never asked myself what could have happened to them, but this doesn't have anything to do with Yui, right? Maybe you can spend time with Yui and them at the same time, or you can spend time together, right? Why do you always have to do this, Yui? Every time I try to get close to you, you push me away. Long after Yui had completely vanished from my sight, I continued to sit by the pond alone, stared in the water, aimlessly drowning in my own thoughts. Whoa, a ray of light. Alright guys, this seems like a nice place to stop. In fact, this will be a longer video. I think this is part 18 or 17 or 19. Oh, no one, absolutely no one but you. Anyway, I'll see you in the next part. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if possible. And alright, goodbye. Thank you for watching. Whoa. Did you get scared? Well, subscribe to my channel and I promise you'll never get scared again. Or watch more videos and you will be able to find your peace in life.